Okay, hello guys, how's it going? Right, as I start every single live stream, please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. We shouldn't really have any sound in the sim at the moment, but that should kick in when things are going. Hello guys, how's it going? I haven't done a Wednesday night FSX stream for quite a while, so it's good to be back. And yes, we're going to be flying the PMDG 737 NGX. Once I know that my sound is okay, then I will launch into explaining what everything is about. So I'm seeing a few names in the chat there. I've got J Palmer 999, Green Light Zone, hello, ZK, welcome, Odin, welcome, Mohammed, when is it starting? Starting right now. Andrew Nicole, greetings, and Paul Martin, hello Paul, how's it going? Good to see you back there in the chats. You can hear me fine, excellent, good. So and who's it? Who else is it? Xander. Hello, Xander. How's it going? So, yes. So this whole live stream. So this is not going to be proper. It's not going to be like fully structured. As I said, I'm still learning this aircraft. I can get it from cold and dark to started to flight to landing. I don't know about shutting it down properly yet. I haven't got that far. But this is just a flight just to help me gain a bit more experience with the aircraft. We're not flying real time, we're not flying real world, we're not flying a real route, we're not flying a real flight or anything like that. This is just a kind of a basic, simple flight just to help me get a bit more time in the aircraft and show it off basically, because I know that a lot of people have been asking to see me fly the 737 for quite a while, so here it is. And hopefully it's not going to go as bad, because I did do a 737 live stream ages ago where I flew from somewhere to Innsbruck, and the less said about the end of that flight the better. Can hear me perfect, thank you very much. Jamie Dodger, hello, how's it going? Let's see, can I do it at like 6 p.m. because it's a bit late? Maybe I could, but it's kind of like dinner time for me. Plus, I kind of do these later live streams because I've got a lot of people who watch from America, and or both of the Americas, the two American continents. So these kind of later night live streams are kind of for them. Adam, hello, how's it going? Daniel, hello. Let's have a look here. Nicola, that'd be helpful. Thanks, bro. No worries. Yes, Adam, I recognise your name. Thank you for coming back to the live stream here. Cold and dark, just like UK's politics right now. Damn right. I'm not massively into politics because, like, any time I hear anything related to politics, it's just bad news. So I just leave it to toffs to deal with. Thomas, hello from Arctic Norway. Hope you can learn something. Me too. Turnsworth, hello from Florida. Ted, hello. Greenlight from Ireland. And Mark from Bristol. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. It's been good fun. So, it's been good fun. It will be good fun. So, this live stream will be maybe about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. In my experience with the NGX, trying to learn it properly so far, it takes a long time to get this thing from cold and dark. And I've just clicked back into the game and you can hear some sort of clicking in the background. That's already a great sign. The engines are already making a clunking sound and they're not even running. So yeah. Jasper, good evening, how's it going? Innsbruck was perfect, I survived. Look, my Innsbruck landing was a really, really, really good landing. And I will stand by that and I will defend that landing. I just forgot to put the wheels out, that's all. It happens. Right, so, well, I mean, do you guys want to see me take it from cold and dark, or do you want me to just take it from a turnaround state? Let me know what you guys want to see. Yeah, the clunking is just the fans. It's just the it'll just be the N2 fans just blowing with kind of like the gusts of wind around the airports. ZK is from the Netherlands. Oh, welcome. Dunster, greetings from Tokumen International. I hope that's how you pronounce that. What's the flight of the 737? The 737, it's just a route that I've flown quite a lot of times actually. Real world. I've flown as a passenger from Luton to Inverness with EasyJet. It's about a 1 hour 15 minute flight. But like I said, I've flown it as a passenger with EasyJet for many times. And about a 1 hour flight is good for sort of a test flight. It gives you enough time to kind of just start learning the aircraft. So yeah. You can't do from cold to dark legitimately in 2 minutes. You probably could. I mean, I'm gonna do it as per the what was it? Tutorial number 2 documents which come with the aircraft. I'm doing it following the all of the guidance from tutorial number 2, along with FCOM 1, the procedures in there, and the quick references there as well. Cold and dark, cold and dark, cold and dark. Okay, right. Let's have a look here. Daniel Gregory, it's fine. Wheels are just landing enhancers. I agree. I mean, it's just there to kind of cushion the blow, really. Green light. Don't worry, green light. I saw a couple of your comments before the live stream started. Don't worry, green light. I do know what I'm doing to some extent. Harry, welcome back. How's it going? And Illusionist, hello from Carlisle. Nice. I drove past Carlisle a few weeks ago, actually. Coming back down from holiday. Right. So, guys, as I said, this is going to take a long time to start up. I'm probably not going to be getting the engines running for maybe about another half an hour. So if anyone doesn't want to see me just switching switches and pushing buttons, then I'll be probably taking off or getting the engines started in about half an hour's time. I'm going to try and explain a few bits and pieces as I go. Try and just kind of give you guys an idea of what's happening. I'm not, as I said, I'm not an expert with this plane at all, but I've kind of gone through it a few times, so I know how to get the engines running and get the thing up into the air. So yeah. UG Paradise, of course I remember you. How's it going? But you have to go. Okay, never mind. What about the 737 MAX engine used today? I don't know. I know they're using a LEAP engine. That's all I know about it. Right, so this is the overhead panel. Say hi, overhead panel. Right, so I'm gonna have to ignore the chats because even working quite frantically through sort of the checklists and the procedures, it still takes a long time. So if I ignore chat, if I miss a few comments, I do apologise. But I want to kind of get this rolling and start making some progress with the plane. So first thing we do is turn on the battery master switches. Is here. Then we check the standby power switch, make sure that the guard is closed there. That means the switch is in the auto position. Alternate flaps master switch is up here on the left. Make sure that guard is closed, which means that it's in the off position. Wiper selectors, make sure that those are in park, which means they're switched off. And double check the landing gear, make sure we've got 3 green lights, make sure the landing gear is down. Now what am I going to do? Before I go any further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up all of the fuel and stuff that I need now. As I said, because this is a training flight, I'm not going to talk about the fuel that I'm going to be using or anything. I'm just going to put in all the numbers, put in all the routes. I'm not going to go into any detail about it. I'm just going to do it very quickly just to kind of keep things moving here. Is anyone else's sound stuttering? It might be the live stream. Yeah, my the internet connection that I'm working with just now is quite slow, and it's struggling a bit with live streams. So if it stutters, if the quality is really bad, it's because I've got a slow internet connection. 480p is the best I can do at the moment, I'm afraid, but that should be changing hopefully fairly soon. So we're gonna go FS actions, fuel. So I'm still using American here, so I'm putting in 14,200 pounds worth of fuel. Payloads we'll just set to full. Ground connections, remove the pitot covers, make sure the chocks are in. We'll get all of that there. So what I am going to do is, actually I'll also plug in the ground power unit and use the ground power unit to start. So we look back at the overhead. So we've got, if we're using ground power, we've got the ground power available lights is there, so flick that on. Transfer bus lights go off, source lights go off, standby power lights stays off. Cool. Then we can continue. Cool. So next we have to switch on the IRS. So these are the IRS switches up here. So flick both of these onto nav. We've got on DC. That will change to align, and that should then start to align. So I've set this to take the full realistic 7 minutes. Usually by default it only takes 30 seconds for those to work there. Crew oxygen, make sure we've got enough there. Next we need to check the hydraulic and oil levels. So oil quantity is 100%. If we go into systems, hydraulic quantity is 99% in both there. So that's all good. Go back to the overhead now. Next we need to change a couple of lights, so that's off there. Service and phone switches off, reverser lights are off, engine controls are off, EECs are off, or sorry, on, which is expected. Passenger oxygen switch is guarded, this light is off, landing gear lights are green, and the flight recorder switch is guarded. And then we'll jump into CDU pre-flight stuff. What camera add-on am I using? Just default. The way I'm able to move the camera is just by holding down the spacebar and moving the mouse. That's how I'm doing the camera controls there. Cool. So yeah, what I'm going to do next is the CDU pre-flight. So come down here. So if we jump into the FMC, so first we check the ident page. It's definitely 737-800 with winglets that we're flying. 26000 nav data is out of date, so that's fine, that's not a problem when we're simming. Then we go to position inits, reference airport, so it's EGGW for London Luton. Enter that in, we go to the next page, steal one of the GPS readings, copy that to the scratch pad, come back, set that as our IRS position. Next we go into route, we take the origin there, which is copied into the scratch pad automatically, paste that in there, flying up to Inverness, which is EGPE, and then flight number is just going to be PM737, precision manual 737. After that we go to the departures and arrivals page, select the departure for runway 08 at Luton there, and then it's going to be the only 1C that we're going to use. Go to routes, we go to the next page, and then we type in the route, which I will need to grab in a moment. So look here. I need sim brief. There we go. That's where my route is. So I'm just going to rattle in the route very quickly. So we're flying to only, and then it's T420. I should know this route off by heart by now, but I don't. UT420. UN57. And then what was it after the UN57? UN601. Consequently, this is the same route, or a very similar route that I did on my A320 tutorials with, and how I trained flying the A320. So we go to TLA, and then we go direct to foil. I will be doing like detailed tutorials on this aircraft, but I need a few more weeks with it until I'm confident enough to do tutorials with it. It's an SD. And then we're not going to do the approach. We're not going to do the approach yet. We'll do the approach and calculating that mid-flight. After we've done the route, we can go to the legs page, and you would just double check all of the departure constraints, make sure those are all correct, and then you activate and execute the route. Give it that. Adam, can you watch your language in the chat there, please? Hey Jordy, how's it going? Okay, next we go into the perf init page. So if you just click on init ref, that should bring us to the perf init page automatically. So we enter the zero fuel weight. This is using like pounds. worth of fuel, so the numbers might be high to anyone who's watching from Europe. We check the engine display, make sure we've got takeoff listed there, which we do. Into the reserves, it's just a rough figure there, £4,000 worth of fuel. Cost index is 17, flight level will be 360. And then we could also enter in our cruise winds, but we're not going to worry about that. Transition altitude at Luton is also 6,000 feet. Once we've got all of that in, we can execute that for some performance info. N1 limits. We're going to. You can enter a assumed temperature if you're calculating the. Like accurate takeoff performance. We're just going to take a fixed D rate of takeoff 1, which derates the engines, or kind of only runs the engines at £24,000 worth of thrust. The climb 1, which is again is kind of a reduced performance climb. Next we're going to takeoff, and we actually have to go to page 2 of takeoff first. Into the runway winds. I'm just using the fair weather preset in FSX, so no winds at all. Runway conditions going to be dry. Runway slope. In FSX all runways are perfectly flat, so 0% slope on the runway. And you'd also amend the acceleration heights as per the airports, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'll do a flaps 1 takeoff. Set the center of gravity, and we get the trim value there as well, which is quite important. And then we just enter in the V speeds like so. Let me just make sure. Yes, okay. I've got like pages upon pages upon pages of notes here. It's basically just copying everything out of the FCOM manual. So, next we have to do the first officer pre-flight, which is going to take a while. So, how's everyone enjoying that so far? Is this helping? Is the live stream still stuttering as well, or has that sorted itself out? Because I'm seeing OBS freaking out on my end here. Yeah, I'm seeing OBS keeps dropping frames constantly. I don't know what it does. Like every time OBS updates, it just seems to break something. Anyway, let's jump up and do the overhead here. Bobby doesn't know he just got here. Well, thank you for joining, Bobby. I appreciate it. Paul Martin, good for you. Good. I'm glad I can do it for you, Paul. Stuttering there. Yeah, as I said, guys, I think it's a combination of having a slow internet and OBS just seems to have a heart attack every so often. So never mind. Right, IRS is still aligning. Never mind. Cool. So for basically when you're checking the overhead panel and when you're doing your pre-flight stuff, it's best to break the panel into like 5 vertical strips here, and you sort of start at the left and work your way down. So it's like 1 strip, 2nd strip, 3rd strip, 4th strip, 5th strip, and then you go left to right across the bottom for all the lights. Camera's still stuttering. Yeah, I can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. A-Train, can you play nice in the chat, please? Right, so let me just rattle through this very quickly because I'm guessing that I have to keep an eye on you lot in the chat there. So, flight controls are all guarded, that's all fine. Yield damper comes on, all these lights are all off, that's fine. So we've got normal, 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 auto. These lights should all be on, filter bypass light should be off, valve open light is off, crossfeed is closed, i.e. the line is broken there, and that's all good. Let's have a look. Next page. So battery master switch is on, we know that already. Cab utility IFE switches are on. Standby power switches on auto, guards closed, disconnects are guarded, lights are on, that's fine. Transfer bus is on auto, lights are off, these lights are on, which is expected. And then I believe now we can turn on the APU. I'm not going to worry about doing the fire tests and stuff unless people really want to see me like the fire tests and making sure all the alarms and bits and pieces work. Let me know if you want to see that. Let's have a look here. V1 Rotate, welcome, how's it going? Good to see you back here. Adam, the flight on this live stream is going to be from London Luton up to Inverness in Scotland. It's a route that I've flown as a passenger many times with EasyJet, and it's kind of it's a route I'm familiar with. Remember, I should turn on #1 fuel pump before the APU. Yep, don't worry, I've got a note of that here. How did I get that cockpit? If you visit the PMDG, it's in the chat description, the chat title there. Sorry, the live stream title. PMDG 737. That'll take you to the Position Manuals website, and you can see the aircraft that they have available there. Random fact: my most viewed videos has over 600,000 views now. Wow, yeah, that'll be the runway markings one. Yes. Yeah, that one got kind of promoted all over YouTube automatically. I guess YouTube saw it as a potentially viral video, started putting it all up in people's recommended videos and all sorts. I think put it on the front page of YouTube, and yeah, and I just got a sudden influx of views and comments and subscribers. That was October last year. Okay, I'm not seeing any comments about the fire warning test, so I'm going to leave those for now. But we'll turn on the fuel pump, which supplies the APU, and then we'll go. I need to go back to my APU. Starts, notes, so many notes, so many notes. Right, so the fuel pump goes on. APU switch. Flick it into start. Let it go. And we should see a low oil pressure light come on. That's to be expected. Did that actually start? I don't think so. No, it did. Yeah, that's good. Because I've done, I've just been doing like pure APU starts while I've been practicing, and you can actually see a draw on the battery up here if you don't have the ground power plugged in. So it's pretty cool. ZK, that video was how I found the channel. Ah, nice. Hey, Kostas, Yasu, Tikanas. Ime Kala Efristo. I think that's Greek. Daniel, welcome. How's it going? You're doing the non-position approach, but you need the airport. Nice. What checklist are we reading? I'm reading like I've kind of made my own kind of checklist / procedure guide, but I've got it out of the PMDGs come with some very extensive manuals and PDF documents. Listing every possible procedure you could think of. So it's basically just a simplified version of the PDF documents. V1, just a couple more wires before you land Queen Skies. Nice. Do I play DCS? I've dabbled with DCS. I haven't played it properly, but I do want to get into it. Right, so the APU is now ready. We can tell because we have this APU gen off bus light here. So we flick the APU generators on, and that transfers power from the ground power units to the APU generators. So that is all ready to go there. Now we can continue moving across the overhead. So equipment cooling switches are on normal, lights are off, that's fine. Emergency lights now become guarded, which puts them automatically into the arm position. Seatbelt signs go on, window wipers stay in park. Let's see now, window heat switches, these four up here can all come on. We leave the probe heat switches off just now, these lights all stay on, that's expected. Wing anti-ice and engine anti-ice all stays off, and all the lights stay off, which is good, that's expected. Hydraulic pumps, the engine hydraulics go on, the electrics stay off for now. Beneath that is just the door kind of annunciator, I guess you'd call it, lights. So you've just got one door open at the moment, that's fine. Next page. So trim air switch is on, zone temp lights are off, Temperature selectors are auto. These lights are all on, which is fine. Recirculation fans are on auto. Packs can come to auto. Isolation valve switch is open. These lights are all off, that's fine. APU and engine bleeds are all on. These lights are all off. We need to set the flight altitude, which will be flight level 360. Landing altitude at Inverness. Inverness Airport is about 20 feet above sea level, so I believe that you set the landing altitude just above that, or you round it up, and the pressurization selector is on auto. Let's have a look here. The stream is lagging terribly. Yeah, that's a combination of OBS and my slow internet, I'm afraid. What Windows system am I running on? I'm running on Windows 10. Isn't it late for a live stream? Nope. This is kind of aimed at my American continent viewers. These live streams, these late night live streams. Should turn on the electric hydraulic pumps because when the F1 doesn't walk around. Oh, right, okay, I didn't know that. I'm not going to do it because I just want to get the plane up in the air and get it going because, as you know, there's still quite a lot to do pre-flight. But that's cool, I didn't know that. I know that you have to turn off System A when you're doing a pushback, but I didn't realise you could turn the pumps on for the walk around. It's pretty cool. So it's these little things that you don't know. Cool. Right, so we've got all of that there, so now we're on to lights. So landing lights stay off, turn-offs are off, taxi light is off, engine start selectors are on off. Move the selector to ignition left or right, try and avoid both apparently. Logo light stays off. Position lights go on to steady, so that's your nav lights, that's your red and green lights on the wingtips. Anti-collision stays off, that's like your beacon light, that's your orange lights above and below the aircraft, so we don't turn that on until just before engine start, and we are all good. So that's just the overhead. Now we need to check the rest of the cockpit. Primary flight display and ND are there. So that's good. I'm doing flows. Yeah, I'm doing flows just now. But yeah, as I said, I'm still relatively new with this aircraft, so I'm still a bit slow working through it. I know that, like, with time, like, I'll know exactly which, you know, when you said it's cold and dark, I know which buttons just need to be pressed and what needs to be flicked. But I've given you guys like a full walkthrough just now. So, auto brake selector goes to RTO. N1 selector and speed ref are set to auto. Fuel flow switch needs to be reset, and then left on rates. And then you would check the recall, make sure there's no messages pop up there. Another fire test we would do after that. I'm not going to worry about that. Communication radio is not going to worry. Nav radio is not going to worry. Then you basically set up everything down here on the center pedestal. I'm not going to worry about any of that sort of stuff. I'm not flying with ATC. I'm not flying online. I'm not flying with traffic. So we'll leave all of that there. So that's what the first officer has to do. Now the captain has to do a bunch of stuff. Let's have a look here. Am I going to do tutorials on this like the Aerosoft A320? Yes, I am. Definitely. Right, so captain. So captain would switch on the master lights, lights up the cockpit like a Christmas tree, just make sure all the light bulbs are working. Yeah, I'll just leave that where that is. We'll set the minimums for engine out problems. Not going to worry about that. Barrier ref, set the HPA, it's set to 1013 anyway in the sim, so don't worry about that. I'm missing a lot of steps here, I'm just kind of like keeping everything rolling there. Mode selector map, range down to 10. The traffic button is not needed. Weather radar leave switched off just now. Courses we've set if we were using nav radios for navigation. Flight directors, so we turn on the captain side flight director first, and then the first officer, and then we've got the green master lights there, just letting us know that the captain is in charge, basically. Bank angle selector set to 25 as per tutorial number 2. Autopilot disengage bar is up there, and we could also check the oxygen mask. Again, I'm not going to worry about that. Clock, make sure that matches. Make sure that matches. What am I trying to say here? Clock, make sure that matches the CDU 1203, 1203. Yes, it does. Okay. So nose wheel steering is guarded. Disengage lights, that's just these. Just make sure those are working. Nav display, take us off, that's fine. So we've got blank, flight director. Standbys. Matches, primary flight display. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is just stuff that you can just kind of skip over once you know the aircraft and all the rest of it. Speed brake lever is down, lights are off. Reverse thrust levers are down. Main thrust levers are on idle. Flap lever matches indication, which is up and up. That's good. Parking brake can be set. Engine start levers are in the cutoff. That's the down position there. Stabilizer things are there. HUD system, we can clear that out for taxi. And that should be everything there. Cool. Do the GPWS test. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna skip over that. Did I just get this aircraft? No, I didn't. I've had the aircraft for a long time, but I've been putting a lot more time into just making like default aircraft tutorials and then the Airbus tutorials after that. So this is like the first week that I've had the chance to put some serious time into this aircraft. GPWS that you guys are planning on to see. Should get something
slow.
There.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slow. Bank angle. Bank angle. Minimums. 500. 400.
This is the long test that I've just selected.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Wind shear. Wind shear.
I think I've accidentally selected the long test.
Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain.
V1 got his glider selection.
Terrain.
Nice.
Terrain. Pull up.
Paul, there's plenty to do on here. Yes, there certainly is. Yeah, it takes forever to get into pre-flight, but then I found that once you actually get the engines up and running, there's actually not that much that you need to do. You barely need to do anything once the engines are up and running. Should make another video on the 747. It might do. I might do in the future. Someone else said something. Can I do a video about finding SIDS and stars? I basically just find them through Google. You just type in the airport's code, the 4-letter code for the airports, and then charts after that into Google. So like for example for Luton, EGGW charts, type that into Google and you find everything you need there. Right, so now we are getting close to starting engines. So what I'm going to do is remove any ground equipment, so ground power can be removed. Chocks can be removed, and we'll also close the doors at this point. Pilot flying sets his page to takeoff. Pilot monitoring needs to have his page to legs. Make sure the M1 bugs are set. They're at 93.9% for D-rated takeoff. That's fine. So auto throttle switch gets armed. IAS goes to V2, which is 155. You can check that down here on the CDU. So V2 155. I've also got the trim setting there that we'll need in a moment. Arm VNAV and LNAV. Into the runway heading. So it's runway 08 at Luton, but it'll be 075. And our initial altitude will be 6,000 feet because there's constraints on the departure. Make sure the exterior doors are closed, so we just check the doors lighting panel up here. There's no lights up there, so all the doors are closed. Which do I like so far, 737 or the A320? I like the A320 because it's a good transition into commercial jets. If you're moving, because I started off with a lot of GA stuff, and then I transitioned to jets with the Airbus, and it was really because it's automated. It's a nice gentle transition into flying commercial jets. Like if I ran into something like this, it was a bit overwhelming flying this at first. Where's the target button? It's on the throttle somewhere. What game is this? This is FSX Steam Edition. So yeah, I do have the 747. I will be doing videos on that in the future. Okay, so now fuel pumps can all come on. Electric hydraulic switches can come on now as well. What I'm going to do though is turn off system A. Is it A and B? Yeah. So turn off system A because that apparently is also responsible for the nose wheel steering. And if you're doing a pushback, you don't want the nose wheel braking the tow bar or doing something it shouldn't be doing. So we're going to go into FS actions. We're going to go into pushback, and I'm going to just set up the pushback here. Turn the nose in to the right, 90 degrees. Go to the system page. We've got hydraulic pressure on system B, which is good. Anti-collision light comes on there, so that's the orange beacon light or the red beacon light on top and below the aircraft. Now we set the trim for takeoff according to FCOM number 1. So we'll just get the trim set here. So the trim was 4.82, I think it was. We need to confirm this before takeoff anyway. 4.83, close enough. Right, anyone trim 0, okay, pushback. So now we begin pushback.
And ground, cockpit. Go ahead, Captain.
The checklist I'm using comes with the aircraft. It comes in a PDF with the aircraft. I'm just using some notes I made.
Ready for push. Power and air clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Please park and brake, please.
So we're going to
parking brake is on.
do pushback. No, those are the position lights in the Boeing. Position lights are the nav lights, the coloured lights on the wingtips. Anti-collision in the Boeing is the beacon, the red beacon light. Okay, so now that we're rolling back, we'll set the MFD to engine page so we get some more engine readouts here. Packs left and right get switched off for engine start. Start sequence will be engine number 2, then engine number 1. So we go to the engine number 2 start selector, click that left to the ground position, and the engines will start rotating. So what we're looking for is rotation on N2, and also rotation on N1 and start valve open on engine 2. Once the N2 value gets up to 25, we will flick open the start lever down here, and that will start flowing fuel into the engine. So 25, we kind of enable fuel flow into the engine, and then the engine will accelerate up to its running idle speed, which is about 60%, I think. So at 56% on the N2 here, we're going to hear a click. That's just going to be the starter switch up here flicking back into the off position. There it goes, and then we get start valve. Message disappears there, so the engine is now up and running and stable. So we do the same now for engine 1, so we flick that left to ground.
Push is complete. Set parking brake, please.
So set the parking brake there as requested.
Set and,
We've got rotation on N2, rotation on N1.
Okay, sir, tow bar is on, pin is out. Watch for the pin on the right.
So again, we wait for 25% on N2.
You're cleared to disconnect. We will be watching for the pin and the
24,
release guidance on the right
25,
side of the airplane.
lever up.
And we'll see you guys next time through.
Igniter spark, and the engine. You can hear the engine start to kind of a deep kind of booming sound coming out of the engine when the fuel flow starts, and then you can hear the engine now start to accelerate up to its idle speed. Hello, FlyX, how's it going? So at 50% there, 56, we're going to get the starter cut out, the click. There we go, and then start valve closes off there. So now we're up and running. Okay. Next page. Right. So first thing we do is turn on System A hydraulics now. Let me just come back to the system page, make sure that the hydraulics on System A are pressurizing, which they are. Good. Right, so generators 1 and 2 come on now, so that switches from APU generator onto engine generator. Probe heat switches way up here can now both come on. Clicking them is a bit tricky, and all the lights go off as expected. Wing and engine anti-ice we don't need. Packs left and right can now come back to auto. Isolation valve gets pushed back to auto. APU bleed air gets turned off, and then the APU switch gets turned off, and that turns off the APU. Let's see here, right? Engine start switches now get moved into the continuous position. Just double check, make sure the thrust levers are in idle. The fuel levers there are up in idle as well. Flaps were set for takeoff, so it's just the flaps 1 there. And then we do a flight controls check. So we come back to system. I was on system page there. So we'll just do a quick flight controls test, make sure everything's responding as it should be. Left. Right, cool. That's responding as it should be. And we've got a green light on the flaps there. They're in position 1. Now you press Sys to blank out the lower display. We can set the transponder mode. We'll set that kind of just there. So the taxi light on now as well. And yeah, we're getting ready to go. Let's have a look. Where did I get the details out of this for the pushback? The pushback is part of the plane. The pushback feature is part of the aircraft. Do I have FS crew for this? No, I should get it though, because that'll make things a lot easier. Cool. So the forward takeoff checklist, flaps to takeoff position, check the trim setting. Actually now thinking of trim setting, we can come back to this. So trim was 4.82. If we just hover that 4.83, that's fine. Leave it as it is. Cool. And now we taxi. Now we go. We've got nothing on the HUDs just now because I cleared it earlier. So I think if you bring the engine N1 thrust down to about 25, 26, that should be about right for taxi. Top thrill, might have a flying lesson next year. Definitely do it. You absolutely should do it. Okay. Hector, welcome. You play FSX, nice. The HUD. It's nostalgic. Flaps 5, no, I can get away with flaps 1 here at Luton. Just about, barely. Where we're going to accelerate down, with a derated takeoff, we're going to be accelerating down to the very end of the runway, but it's just enough space for us to get up off the ground with flaps 1 and a rotation speed of 148, I think it is. Sorry guys, so most of the hard stuff is out of the way now, so I can keep an eye on the chat a lot better now, so start behaving yourselves. Start the clock on the FO side. Okay, I'm not going to worry about like clocks and timing and stuff like that. As I said, like I'm still kind of learning like the like I just want to get like the basic procedures down, get those understood, make sure I know what I'm clicking on and understanding what everything does, and then I'm going to look into the like the nuances of clicking things. Like what was it, V1 rotate pointed out earlier that you need to or you can turn on the electric hydraulic pumps while the captain or the first officer does a walk around, because that helps indicate any hydraulic leaks. I didn't know that, so yeah, I'm going to worry about like all the nuances, like when to start timers and clocks and stuff, after I've kind of understand the basic procedures with everything here. I mean, I'm more of a casual flight simmer anyway, so I'm not gonna do everything absolutely perfect by the book. You know, I'm gonna kind of explain the plane in as much detail, like I'm gonna learn the plane in detail, but I'm not gonna mimic, you know, second by second everything that a real world pilot would do. Okay, so before takeoff, so make sure the flaps are in the takeoff position 1, green light, that's fine, trim was set. Now we can turn on the position lights, so those are the flashing strobes on the wingtips, so move that up. Transponder can come onto TARA. We'll unclear the HUD now, so we get primary stuff there. And the HUD is down. Business is about to be meaninged. I mean business is what I'm trying to say. Now that the HUD is down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off, taxi down to the end of this runway here, because we need all of the runway. You'll see how close we get to the far end of the runway in a moment. Engines are a bit high there, so we'll just dial those back a bit. Use TopCat to configure the flap settings. Yeah, I mean you can use like external kind of performance tools as well. I'm not going to. I'm just going to use either a full rated takeoff or one of the fixed D rates most of the time. Jasper, welcome. How's it going? Nazarov is talking about Microsoft FSX. Adam, can you stop having a go at green lights, please? I haven't seen green light say anything wrong, so please don't attack anyone else in the chat. So we'll get down to the far end of the runway here, as far as we can, because airliners pay good money for landing fees, so might as well use up all of the runway that's available. What's my call sign? I don't really have a call sign. I've got flaps. Sorry, not flaps. I'm just using the flight number PM737. Flaps 1, you need flaps 5. No, I don't. I can do flaps 1. I know what I'm doing. So we'll line up there, throttles to idle so we don't roll anywhere. So landing lights now come on, now that we're lined up. So I just need to mentally rehearse the next few steps. Cool. Should be alright. V1, 165. No, V1's it's only 140 something. 140, V1 is 147, rotate is 148. I'm so gonna make it. Watch, just watch, guys. Just watch. So, we're lined up, landing lights are on, so we'll go engines up to 40%. And then there's a hidden click spot that I use. The one I use is just here next to the flight director. And we're rolling. Tail strike would be needed. Nah, it won't. It'll be fine. And I'm at Luton. Watch, guys. It's going to be close, but we're going to make it. It's going to be close, but we're going to make it. So that's 80. Thrust is set. So this is 140.
V1.
V1.
Rotate. V2.
So positive rate, gear up. And then we'll go autopilot on, so I can focus on a few off to takeoff steps. Hey Johnny, how's it going? Welcome. Right, so we can get rid of the HUD now. Pretty much smacks us in the face as it goes away there. But where am I? I've lost the page. Never mind. Right, so we're not accelerating yet. The nose is dropping down now, so we're starting to accelerate. So as that's happening, we can go auto brakes off. Landing gear can go to the off position there. Just about to hit the 1 on the speed tape. As we do, we go flaps up. Engine start switches, come back to off. And the captain can go onto the legs page. I don't know what it is, but like YouTube chat always goes crazy during takeoff and landing. I don't know why, you all just start talking rubbish during takeoffs and landings. I told you it was going to be close. I told you it was going to be close, but we made it. I think I was fairly close to a tail strike as well, I'm not going to lie. Forgot the timer, I'm not worried about timer as I said. So, now that we're up, plane's flying automatically. We're going to get a bong in a second, or an alert. So it's just telling us that we're about 1,000 feet from altitude setting. We can set the range here on the nav display. What else can we do? We can turn off the taxi light, don't need that anymore. Seatbelt signs will leave on for now. Heading, can change the heading around. That's one sort of quirk of a Boeing compared to an Airbus, is you have to constantly adjust the heading there. Not a massive deal, but just something to be aware of. Hector, this is the 800 with winglets. This NG. This is the Dash 800 with winglets. Cool. So we are now at 6,000 until we reach the Olney waypoint. But what I might do is I might adjust the rate of climb before then. Or I might do an altitude intervene and start climbing before we reach Olney. Is the stream lagging for anyone else? Most likely. My OBS is really having a bad time tonight for some reason. It's dropping frames like crazy, plus my slow internet connection. Doofer, what's the meal service today? I think there's a packet of McCoys available, barbecue flavour. Yeah, packet of flame grilled McCoy's crisps, some Highland Spring bottled water. That's about it really. Ham and cheese sarnie. Is it Gina? No, Gina follows me wherever I go, whichever aircraft I'm flying. Whichever aircraft I'm flying, Gina's there. Great choice, yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't worry, guys. I mean, I think part of it's my internet connection, and I think another part of it is OBS. It's saying it's dropped about 40% of frames. It's like it's dropping half of the frames during this live stream. I do apologise, guys. I should get this sorted out soon. Yeah, I can only apologise. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot as well. We do also have 2 Twix bars for sale on the flight as well. Couldn't do for Ramsey. Fly inverted. I'm not flying inverted. Let's have a look here. Yeah, ZK is having chocolate chip cookies. Oh, I'm jealous. I mean, if you're sitting in first class, you might have a bakewell tart available. Might be made available. Just one, but there's a bakewell tart for first class there. Hector, Italy landed a Pan Am 747-100 at Tampa. Nice, awesome. Benji, welcome. How's it going? Will I begin 737 tutorials? I will, maybe in a month or two. It's going to take me a while to learn this aircraft and get comfortable with it, and I didn't do an altitude intervene. Get up there. So we're just going to climb up to flight or cruise altitude now, 36,000 feet. Flight level 360, so barometric pressure goes into standard. Might as well just turn off all the landing lights now and let passengers jump. When I say let passengers jump, I mean let passengers get out of their seats, not literally jump out of the plane right now. Thomas, don't seem to use add-ons that enhance ground textures. Why not? I guess because it's just a performance hit. I don't really need, like, the focus on my videos is always more educational. It's not really a nice environment. Program a hold in the FMC. I don't know how to do that yet, so it's not something I'm gonna worry about on the live stream here. 747-100 is actually kind of easy to maneuver. I've found that with because I've also got the PMDG 747 as well, and I found that the Boeings are actually quite nice to land. They're quite kind of, you feel like you can put them down quite gently. Chris Scott, hello, welcome. ZK, thank you for flying Doof Air. Nice, I see what you did there. I like it. Hector, you're using your keyboard. Oh, okay. Now you're just showing off, Hector. Landing 747 with a keyboard. Christoph, welcome. How's it going? Seatbelt sign off. Yeah, I set the seatbelt sign to also, so that should flick off. Maybe. No, that's just the chime. That's the thing with this aircraft. There's no smoking sign. It's just like a chime, so you can alert your flight crew. Fubsy, hello. New to FSX. Guys have been a godsend. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad my videos could help, and thank you for joining the live stream. I didn't recognise your name there, so thank you very much for coming along. Hopefully you can gain something from this live stream as well, despite how bloody awful OBS is being tonight. How much time have I spent already in 737? Maybe about 5 hours. I've been practicing Monday, Tuesday this week so far, and then today a little bit as well. Auto brakes are already been set off. Kostas, saw my real flight video. One of the best flights in channel on YouTube. Oh, thank you very much. Or Efraisto. Or Polly Efraisto. Is that? Thank you very much. Am I going to do a manual landing? Yeah. It'll be ILS, but yeah, I'll do manual. With auto throttle though. Am I in the UK because it's 2300? Yes, I'm in the UK. Actually, that's not too bad. I thought the whole pre-flight was going to take a lot longer than that. Yeah, I'm in the UK just now. I kind of do these late night streams to kind of catch any of my kind of America's continents viewers. So anyone from the United States, Canada, or Brazil, or anywhere in South America. Try and catch them. so that's why I do these later live streams. Pitfall just flew this beauty from Morley to Stuttgart. Nice, well played. Hacker, hello, welcome. How's it going? No kids. Landed the shuttle with the TV remote. Nice. Should do more airports in Scotland, like Glasgow to Heathrow. I could do. I'm tempted to start doing more like short haul flights, but like do 2 flights. Like last weekend I did Aer Lingus from Dublin to Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam back to Dublin, both flights in one live stream, and that was quite good. I felt more kind of active during the live stream, rather than just doing like one long 3.5, 4 hour flight. So I might start doing like some more short haul flights more often. Chris Scott, have you ever flown an A320? Yes, the majority of my live streams have been an A320, and I've actually done some tutorials on the Aerosoft A320 as well. So yeah. Hacker, I've earned a sub. Oh, thank you very much, Hacker. Welcome to the channel. I hope my videos will serve you in some way. Green lights, didn't really follow my channel until you saw me doing this live stream. Okay, yeah, I mean, like I say, I've been a bit scared of this aircraft, because it's like, it's so much more involved compared to an Airbus. But I mean, I'm liking it so far. I'll get the hang of it eventually. It's just gonna take a bit of time. Birdwatch, weather's been good so far in London. Apparently it's going to rain tomorrow on Friday. Oh, better not. I need to go out tomorrow and do some more Pokemon Go hunting. I just leveled up as well today. But yeah, the weather was really nice today actually. Do I have an A380 add-on? No, I don't think there's a decent A380 add-on available at the moment. What's the difference between FSX and FSX Steam Edition? FSX is basically just the original DVD version of FSX that was sold in shops. A company called Dovetail Game bought the rights to FSX. They did a little bit of tweaking on it, improved the performance a wee bit, and basically made it compatible, a bit more compatible with modern computers. And they put it up. They threw it up onto the Steam store for sale. So it's essentially the same game though. Well, Steam Edition I think includes all of the kind of. It's actually FSX Deluxe Edition, where you got like some extra aircraft, some extra features and bits and pieces. So yeah. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up with the chat as best as I can, so I do apologise if I miss any comments. Aerosoft A320 MCD tutorials really helpful. Good, I'm glad. ZK, been getting interested in flight sims again. Should he get FSX Steam or X-Plane? Oh gosh, oh that's a tough one. I mean, I would say FSX Steam. If you're trying to get back into it, FSX Steam is still probably more widely supported at the moment. So I'd recommend FSX Steam. Missing comments. When I'm doing again, I'll hit the slow visibility. Just Fuzzby, just look at my tutorial about ILS landings. That will essentially. Yeah, I've got a tutorial video called ILS landings, or ILS approaches and landings. That teaches you how to do low visibility of landings. Why not use the speed up option? Because it's a relatively short flight anyway. Is an A320 PMDG? No, there isn't. I think PMDG have only done Boeing aircraft, as far as I know. Right, catching up. Top thrill. I hope they do an A380 like the A318 21. Yeah, me too. I'd like to see a decent A380 add-on. Do you start with all the planes in FSX Steam Editions? If not, what planes are included, like jet-ins? Yes, FSX Steam Edition does have pretty much, because before you had FSX and then like an FSX Deluxe Edition or a Premium Edition which had extra planes. FSX Steam Edition has everything that the Deluxe Edition had. So you start off with, oh god, I can't remember half of them now. You get the Boeing 737, Airbus A321, default aircrafts. I've got a feeling there's another one, but I can't quite remember it. There's another jet, but I can't remember it. Bombardier Learjets 45, which is like a private jet. The CRJ 700 as well is like a commuter jet as well. But yeah, you get quite a lot of planes there. And yeah, like you start with all of them. Like you don't have to like unlock them or anything. You get them all, so you can basically just get the game and go. How many miles left? Enough. What's Steam saying? Steam is freaking out on me. Sorry. I thought Steam was going to threaten to start downloading something, which is going to ruin my internet connection even more. Let's have a look here. Oh gosh, chat's going by so quick. The chat's never been this busy. It's not too busy a live stream. There's only about 50 people here, but the chat's going by really quick. Prashant, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Hacker, I think you get about maybe... I'd say at least 15 aircraft, and you get helicopters in FSX as well. So you get light aircraft, which are like your single-engine propeller planes. You get twin-engine propeller planes. You get jets. You get helicopters, and you get gliders as well. So there's a nice kind of broad range of aircraft that you can learn to fly as well. And if you want to learn how to fly them or learn how to navigate, I've got tutorials. I've got tutorials on my channel. What was that? What? How long till we get there? Probably about another hour or so. Let me just see if I can figure out how to do this again. To EGPE, so 1246 Zulu. So it'll be about an hour till we get there. Where oh no, that's to the top of climb. 1328. So 6 minutes to the top of climb, and it's going to be about 1328. So yeah, about 50 minutes until we land, hopefully. What do I think about Prepared? I think Prepared is overpriced. The aircraft sounds in X-Plane are kind of cartoonish. Yeah, I agree. Only reason people are still on FSX is because PMDG supported it, and yeah, I mean that's the thing, is like it's going to take a lot for someone to overcome FSX. Like FSX has built up such a strong community. It's been kept alive by all these developers and people who are passionate about it. So it's going to take something significant to start pulling people away from FSX and saying, look, we know that FSX is amazing, but you know we've got this flight sim now which is made for today rather than FSX, which is about 10 years old now. Default Boeing is very naked. Yeah, I agree. The default aircraft, anyone who's like flown, like this isn't a default aircraft in FSX. This is an add-on aircraft, by the way, Hacker. So this is a lot more detailed than the basic aircraft that you get in FSX. You can fly a Boeing 737, but it doesn't look anything like this. It doesn't have nearly as much functionality. So what you're seeing here is an add-on aircraft. This is like an aircraft that you can buy. It's like DLC. You can buy, install it, and this is like the most realistic add-on, one of the most realistic add-ons you can get. But for just kind of understanding a jet, if you're just getting into it for the first time, the default aircraft will do. You can't go wrong with them. Let's have a look here. How about X-Plane 11? X-Plane 11, I mean, I haven't spent as much time in X-Plane 11. You've got a lesser number of aircraft that you can fly. X-Plane 11 is regarded as being more realistic. X-Plane 11 was developed fairly recently, so it's kind of made for modern computers. FSX is 10 years old. It was made in the time when we still had 32-bit operating systems and still had single-core processors as well. So X-Plane 11 was made on modern computers, so it runs a lot better, it looks a lot better, but again, you have to consider that the two games were made 10 years apart. Well, the two games were developed 10 years apart. But a lot of people also say that X-Plane has a more realistic kind of physics. system behind it all. So I mean, you can't download a demo of X-Plane 11, so I'd recommend if you want to jump into that and have a look. The thing is, it's not as user friendly, so you might struggle with X-Plane. It's never, well, traditionally it hasn't been a beginner friendly simulator. It's always been something that kind of people who understand flying and understand flight sims, it's always been a platform that people who kind of are experienced go to. It's never been a particularly kind of like gamey simulator. What sim do I recommend? I mean, Hacker, like, do you have any experience with simulation at all, or not? Top Thrill, am I good at stunt planes? Not yet. There may be tutorials coming. There may be aerobatic stuff coming soon. As in, there may be plans already have been made. There may have been research already been conducted. So no, I am not good at stunt planes yet. I mean, I'd say if you're a complete beginner, get FSX. If you're kind of used to flight simming or used to flying and you understand how to fly and stuff, I would. It depends. I mean, X-Plane still needs maybe a bit more time before the community start really getting behind it and making proper good aircraft for it and nice add-ons and stuff. Don't worry about that. That alert's just telling us that we're 1,000 feet off our cruising altitude. Yeah. If you're a beginner, I'd say FSX, because it's got so many add-ons. It's got so much support. This, like, anyone and everyone who flight sims, whether they admit it or not, will have FSX. So yeah, FSX is sort of the king of flight sims still at the moment. Other sad things about X-Plane are no season stuff. That's what I'm thinking though. Sorry, Mikon, I think that's how you pronounce your name there. Yeah, that's what X-Plane needs. Is it needs developers to start making high quality add-ons for X-Plane. And then I think more people will maybe start to migrate across to that, as long as high quality add-ons are available there. Chris Scott, I'm thinking about flying a Germanwings A320. I don't have a livery for it, but if I get my hands on one, then yeah. I don't think I've flown in or out of Germany actually on the live stream yet, so it's possible. Shouldn't be slouching. Matt Anderson, learned so much from my excellent introduction. Thank you. You're welcome, Matt. I'm glad my videos could help. Xander doesn't have FSX. Oh, you're just saying that, Xander. I mean, yeah. Get FSX Steam Edition, Hacker. That's what I'm trying to say. FSX Steam Edition would be good. An FSX Rod will guide you through tutorials, or you can watch mine. My tutorials are good, apparently. I need the views. Give me all the views. I need all the views. YouTube doesn't pay me anymore. Yeah, FSX Steam Edition is definitely more. FSX Steam Edition FSX is more kind of gamey, like someone said. You've got the the missions and stuff as well, which are like nice little challenges. It kind of adds a dimension to flight simming, so it's good fun. V1 there, yeah. Derek, on your lunch break, going to smoke a cig. Fair enough. Good stuff. Oh yeah, you guys are keeping me busy in the chat tonight. I thought it's probably going to give out halfway through. Because I was live streaming on Twitch last night as well. I might live stream again tomorrow night on Twitch. Hey ZK, thank you very much. So, PMDG, yeah, PMDG is like the gold standard when it comes to aircraft add-ons. So yeah, GSX. I've been thinking about getting GSX actually recently. Oh yeah, also something like Top Cat. Really? Matt's tutorials are the best, top notch, even if I explain. Cessna's a Cessna. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, all of my tutorials are kind of labelled as FSX tutorials though. I should change that, change all of like the heading, the titles of every video to just general flight sim, because yeah, I mean that's what I tried. That's what I tried to. I tried to make my tutorials as kind of wide ranging and as accessible as possible. So. So I'm glad. Yeah, like I want them to be able to apply to people from X-Plane as well. I just realised I haven't changed the heading indicator for a while. There we go. Just match that up. I don't know. No, it's not past my bedtime. It's only 11:15 here. Although I'm really tired. Will I begin the 737 tutorials? I didn't understand. Yes, in a couple of months' time, I'll start doing tutorials. I just need a lot of time to learn this aircraft and be confident with this aircraft before I can start doing tutorials with it. Gaming Stormtrooper, that is a cool name. Hello, sir, Stormtrooper. How's it going? Jaden, that's another name I don't recognise. Welcome, Jaden. How's it going? Oh, finally, the chat is slowing down a bit. Gives me a chance to relax. What's our route? The route is from London Gatwick to Inverness in Scotland. Doesn't have a particular designation. The CD 737-900s. Do you mean the PMDG one? I've not flown it. I'm guessing just from the naming designation, it's just a slightly bigger 737. I'm guessing 737-900 is just a bit bigger than the 737-800. Please do a meet up in FSX. Yeah, people keep asking me for that. I'm not sure, like, because I don't want it to just be like, right, let's all just jump into a multiplayer server and then what? Like, I wanna have some sort of purpose or some sort of game or some sort of thing that we could do if we do that. Is the heading on the MCP? Yeah, just match those up just now. Paul Martin, do you think the PMDG is a bit over the top, as I expect to be both members of the flight crew rather than just the captain? Yeah, I mean it has been overwhelming. Like, let me. I mean, like it is overwhelming, without a doubt. Like each of the manuals has about, I think, even the quick reference handbook, which pilots have just for quick reference, so they could just go, right, we got an emergency, what do we need to do? Bam. Even that document, the PDF document which comes with the aircraft, has at least 1,000 pages. And like the FCOM manuals, which give you all of like the detailed step-by-step procedure guides, easily 1,400 pages, and there's 2 of them. You've got a flight crew training manual, which tells you how to fly the plane. Again, 1,500 pages. So there's a lot of paperwork that goes with it. Yeah, so we've got. Hey, let me just. You're probably not going to be able to see this clearly. Yeah, but yeah. So let me just try and sort this out. Yeah, so we start off with so pre-flight stuff. There's all of that, and then you've got all of that, and then you flick the page. You've got all of that, and then all of that. Flick the page. You got all of that, and then all of that, and then you're onto the captain, who has to do all of that, and then 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 you've got all of that, and then you start the engines, and that's between powering on the aircraft and starting the engines. This is just ridiculous. So yeah. Let's have a look here. I know I've missed a few comments here. Is that my maths homework? No, this is the step-by-step procedure guides that I've copied off the PFD documents, PDF documents. PFD, what am I talking about? Right, now I need to start planning my descent soon. Could just control E instead. Where's the fun in that? Yeah, I think this is definitely an aircraft where FS2 crew would certainly come in handy. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting up for the approach now, because I'm probably going to forget about it or I'm going to make some sort of mistake. So, departure and arrival, EGPE, Inverness, we'll go for ILS 23, we'll transition over the Inverness VOR, and then we'll go to legs, we'll go next page, and then we'll take out that disconnect there, and execute that. And descent. We'll go to the descent page, we'll go to forecast, transition level at Inverness is 4,000 I believe. So dial that in. We'll go to init ref, and then we're going to do a flaps 40 landing, so copy that to the scratch pad, stick that to the flap speed there so we get the thing on the speed tape. And yeah. Minimums we'll set to a radio of 200. Navigation radios for approach, don't really need to. Get away with it without doing that. Set the MCP course, we don't really need to do that. Set the auto brake, we'll go for... Actually it's Inverness, it's quite a short runway, so go for 3 on the auto brake. Set the landing altitude pressurization, it should be 50, yeah that's fine. Because Inverness is at 20 feet, but you round it up. Yeah, we're all good. Let's have a look here. How long till descent? Let's have a look here. Actually, let me know if the frame rates improve. Let me just check something here quickly. Trying something with OBS. So 64,000. Okay. So what I'm trying is I'm just minimizing OBS, which is my software that I use to stream. I'm just going to see if that improves the frame rates at all, because I had OBS down here on my second monitor and it was just screwing up. I could just see OBS just like a red light flashing constantly there. So I've just minimized that in the hope that that might work, because I found that when I'm recording using OBS, the recordings seem to be smoother when it's minimized. So I don't know what's going on, but anyway, yeah. What was I going to do? Top of descent. Top of descent is going to be 13:04, so just over about 5 minutes time. 6 minutes. Andre, hello from Toronto. Hello from London. How's it going? Excuse me, yawning. Shouldn't be yawning. So yeah, so there's not going to be like anything major happening after I land, if I land properly. I might not. We'll see. Again, I don't know how to do like a full proper shutdown in this aircraft yet. So we'll see. Silic, I'm not sure, so I don't know. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce the name. I do apologise. Do I use screen capture or DirectX capture? I use screen capture because it helps, because sometimes I'm dragging windows onto the screen over the flight sim to show off things like charts and flight plans and that. I might be going to Inverness this summer. Nice, you should definitely go, especially during the summer. Like any other time of the year, it's just too close. But yeah, it's really nice up there. I miss it. That's my hometown actually. I do miss it. There is actually, I think you said that you're from Amsterdam, or I heard someone say, I said Eham and someone went crazy. There is actually, I think the only international flights between like regular flights are KLM, Embraer E190 goes between Amsterdam and Inverness. So yeah. Adrian, hello, welcome. How's it going? Jacob, hello, how's it going? Auto lander manual, should be a manual landing, hopefully. V1, hate living in cities. Me too. I mean, I hate living in like big cities. Like I'm living like in Greater London just now, and yeah, it's I want to move somewhere quieter. London's just, it's just a like bad vibe in London. It just seems a bit kind of combative. What's good? The weather? Yes, yeah. Jacob, 480p is great. Yeah, slow internet. I can't stream anything higher, I'm afraid. ZK, you're going there by car? Ooh, that's going to be a long journey. All I'm going to say is just be careful on the A9 road. I think that was like officially the UK's deadliest road at one point. It'll be fun driving on the left. Yeah, it'll be an experience. It's very, very, very pretty. Like you've got mountains. You'll be driving through like mountains and valleys and stuff. It's going to be amazing. Suggestions to use game capture, as far as you know, captures directly from video buffer. Yeah, I mean, I know that there are more efficient ways of capturing, but as I said, like I like to where is it? I like to do this sort of thing where I bring windows on screen, and I don't think I can do that if I'm just capturing only the game. Like I can't show off charts and stuff, so that's just got rid of all of my windows. Thank you very much. Damn Windows shaky feature thing. Hang on, let me just get my chat back up. Get super chat back up. Okay, that was silly. Jacob, am I flying on VATSIM? No, I'm not. I don't fly on VATSIM ever, really. Cumbria for peace and quiet. No, Cumbria is pretty good. That's around Carlisle in the Lake District, right? I don't know my I don't really know my kind of districts, or what do you even call them? I don't know, like the zones. I can't think of the word for them right now. Did I hear about the accident at Drayton Manor? Yeah, that's terrible, tragic. I don't know the details about it, but I just know that poor young lady died. Doncaster and Sheffield, so the countryside coast. Nice. Let's have a look here. Awkward Squid, what's my gaming setup? I will put it on screen very shortly. We're just about to hit top of descent, but I can put it up on screen very shortly. Do I use a side stick? Not like strictly speaking a side stick, I use a joystick. If you want to be pedantic about it, it's a joystick. But a side stick is the name given to a controller in the Airbus. So start dialing this down now. So I knew to dial that down because I actually got like a little light popped up here. Just said FMC reset, and then you get like a little message down here as well which says reset MCP altitude, so that's how I know when to change that. The strobe's on. I hope so. Yes, they are. We want to talk about Netherlands. Nice. I don't really know the Netherlands all that well. I just know that I just know Amsterdam really. I think you've got a theme park there. What's it called? The Efteling theme park. I think that's in the Netherlands as well. And the only reason I know that is because I play a bit of a game called Planet Coaster, which is like the new roller coaster tycoon essentially. So yeah. Those are really the only two things I know about the Netherlands, is that you have Amsterdam and the Efteling. Right, so sorry, someone wanted to see PC specs. There you go. Get a load of that. Awkward Squid, how do I get all of these features in the game like the MCPs, because mine doesn't have them. This is an add-on aircraft. This is a PMDG 737 add-on aircraft. This isn't the default. Green Plane, the quality is poor because I've got a slow internet connection and I cannot upload the bit rate. I cannot send anything faster. It's trying to like force traffic down a one lane highway. It's just not going to work, so that's why my quality is bad. Only on live streams. How many hours I've got on flight sim? It's probably in the thousands, because I was flight simming a lot before I got FSX Steam Edition. I've got about 430 hours on FSX Steam Edition, but I was flight simming a lot before I got this. I've been flight simming on and off for years and years, so yeah. So I've got probably easily in the thousands. And I've got 2 hours in real aircraft as well. 2 hours flying light aircraft. How many passengers on board? This is a full house. This one, I think it's 170 passengers. So yeah. I think this is a full plane. This one. What's the best flight sim game? At the moment, I'd say FSX is. And how do you get these planes? If you go to the PMDG website, you can buy the plane as an add-on aircraft, and but this is like a lot more detailed than the basic plane. This is like a crazy amount of detail. Green Plane. Oh yeah. I mean, hopefully the internet speed isn't going to be an issue for too much longer. It's just that I'm staying with family just now, and they've only got a DSL connection, which is only got like a 1 meg upload speed, and I have to my bit rate that I have to upload is about 750 kilobytes per second, because you need to give yourself like a little bit of a gap to your maximum upload speed. But once I get back onto a fibre internet connection, I'll be back up at 720 at least. P3D is too expensive. I wouldn't recommend P3D at all. Have I watched Executive Decision yet? I don't think I have. No. Is there any way to get them for free? No, there isn't. You have to buy these aircraft. There are freeware aircraft out there. There are aircraft that you can install for free, but some of the best ones, I'm afraid, cost money. Cool. So we are now in our descent. We've got one last turn before we start heading down towards Inverness, which is coming up very shortly at this foil waypoint. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So we should be landing, if we check a look at the progress page, EGP is 13:33. So that will be in just over half an hour's time. We'll be landing. Alright, V1, no worries. Thanks for popping in, and I hope your internet sorts itself out soon. Let's have a look here. Xander, 3 megabytes down and 200 kilobytes up. Yikes, that's not good at all. It's really not good. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things. Like I'm gonna be like, as I said, I need to move out of London. To move out of London, I need to find a job out of London. To find a job out of London, like I want to find like a job with a really decent company as well, because my experience with my last company was awful. It's kind of left me like with a real bad feeling now. It's kind of like after leaving an abusive relationship almost. Like I don't want to go and get another job now, because I know now that like a lot of jobs and a lot of workplaces are very similar with like, and managers especially are just don't get it. So I mean not all managers, but a lot of companies and a lot of workplaces just kind of take advantage. So yeah. Top Thrill, why do I have 911 at the end of my name? It's because when I was a kid, I came up with like the gamer name, like the gamer tag Doofer when I was a kid, like ages and ages and ages ago. And it was kind of, when I was a young lad at that age, it was kind of like cool to put a number in your name as well. So, you know, you'd have like, you know, Killer 89 or something like that. And I think at the time when I came up with the name, I was watching a film with Colin Farrell and Samuel L. Jackson called SWAT. And like the tagline for that was "Even cops dial 911." And I don't know, 911 just struck me as a cool number, so I thought, yeah, I'll just put that at the end of my name, so it became Doofer 911. Doofer I thought was just going to be like a funny kind of name, so when people saw the name, like they saw Doofer, that's funny, I just laugh at it. I don't know why, but I then discovered that like Doofer is actually a real word in English, and it's a name given to an unidentified object, or an object that you can't remember the name of. So it's kind of like if you're thinking of like you wanted the TV remote, but you couldn't think of the word you couldn't think to call it a TV remote. You say, could you just have me the could you just pass me the doofer, just the doofer, like sort of thing. So I found out it's actually a real word. So it's Doofer 911. It's not Doofer 911. It's Doofer 911. I get that a lot. A lot of people. I'm guessing there are a lot of children come in saying, "Oh, Doofer 911, and he's flying planes." Huh? Get it? And it's just like, no, that's not. I came up with the name before the World Trade Center attacks happened. It's just a an unfortunate coincidence, but it's Doofer 911 after the American Emergency Services. Paul Martin, if that's megabytes, I am so jealous of you right now. I need to start paying attention soon. This, I don't know what it is. This, I'm not sure what's going on here, but the flight it feels slower than when I've been doing this in practice. I don't know, it's because like when I've been doing practicing, like I've been like notes, right, what's happening? Oh god, I'm at top of the center already, sort of thing. But yeah, if this flight feels like it's been a lot slower. Like time seems to be just kind of dragging by. Whoops, I haven't done this. V1 rotate would shout at me if you saw this. I can start dialing the range down on the map there as well. Coincidence? I think not. It is coincidence. Jonas, cool name. Thank you very much, Jonas. Megs. Damn you, Paul. I'm so jealous. See, at my flat, I was really not. My flat was really good. I had like 60 down and 3 up. That was with the Virgin Media. It was really good. Let's have a look here. You're all talking about Hotel Trivago. Okay. Why are you talking about Hotel Trivago? Like, are you all been getting Hotel Trivago adverts before my videos or something? Don't get it. Adrian Burke, that's just not fair, having that fast an internet connection. Hacker, if you add me on Steam, because I'll probably forget after this one, because I'm probably just gonna go straight to bed after this. So Hacker, if you add me on Steam, my Steam name is just the same as it is here, do for 911. Jonas, all of my videos are so cool and neat, good job. Thank you very much, Jonas, I appreciate that, it's very kind of you to say. Paul, you're with the Virgin. Are you with the Virgin right now, Paul? Well played, man. Yeah, I was with the Virgin Media as well, back at my flat, which was taken from me. How long till approach? About 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Who am I with now as my internet provider? I've got no idea. It's my uncle's internet connection. He's I think it's PlusNet, I think. I have no idea though. But it's, yes, it's an ADSL connection, so it's just no. Top Thrill on Steam, yeah, go for it. Why not? Derek is off. Thank you, Derek. Thank you very much, and peace to you too. Thank you for dropping in, and yeah, if you want to come back and watch the landing, the video will be up in a couple of hours, so you can see if I did or did not. Yeah, you can see if I landed this well or not. If I remembered to put the landing gear out this flight or not. Hacker says that your car cannot friend people. Maybe it's because you're a hacker. Possibly. Is that annoying if I start doing that? Sorry, that is probably really annoying, so I'll stop that. Mark Lowe, I've learned so much from watching my videos, thank you. Oh, that's very kind of you to say, thank you very much, Mark. I'm glad my videos could help. And, yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad you could drop in and catch a live stream, so, yeah, thank you for commenting, and, yeah, I'm glad the videos could help, so thank you very much. Himages, is that how you pronounce your name? Hello, how's it going? And you've learned a lot from watching my videos as well, thank you. Won't be going to sell you Mac and buy a PC. Do it. Macs are overrated and overpriced. Do it. Thank you, Humages. Thank you for the kind comment. Yeah, I'll definitely keep it up. Yeah, I've got some tutorials with default aircraft planned again. So I'm gonna have some more default aircraft tutorials coming out. How can you contribute? I do have a Patreon page. So you can support me there if you are able to, if you would like to. I do have a Patreon page, so anyone who wishes to can support me there, because YouTube doesn't like small creators like me. EP, I'm still in London. I've gone back to Scotland. I'm still in London at the moment. Still planning to move out. I'm probably going to stay in England. Maybe somewhere close to London. Like I've been looking at sort of places like Gatwick. I've been looking at out southeast London. Maybe out towards Stansted, near Luton. But also looking at kind of Milton Keynes, Cambridge, Reading, Oxford. Like I'm looking in like a lot of different places just now. But like places which are still within kind of like a couple of hours train rides to London. I don't want to be like too far away from London. Adam has to go. No worries, Adam. Thank you very much for dropping in, and yeah, safe journey to Inverness. Well, we shall find out in not too long, actually. Hacker is going to support now. Love the videos. Oh, thank you very much, Hacker. I really do appreciate that. Top Thrill. I want to say thanks as well. Watching videos feel like this thing. Good. So I'm glad my videos. I'm glad my videos are considered good enough for people to learn. I've received some like amazing comments from, like I know that a couple of civilian flight instructors who work with air cadets have recommended to air cadets to watch my videos, which is amazing. I'm so glad that the time and effort that I've put into researching and making the videos are considered to be used by professionals and stuff. So yeah. Humages, what do I use Reasons for? Do you mean the Reasons music software that I've got? Hacker. Yeah, I'll try and remember Hacker. Don't worry. Like I said, like after this live stream, I'm probably just gonna go straight to bed. Probably because I'm feeling a bit tired. I need to wake up actually because things are about to get serious. We're passing 10,000 feet. Yeah, I'll never forget. Like one of like the earliest comments that really caught me off guard was on my ADF tutorial videos. Like this is very early on when I started doing YouTube seriously, and yeah, like one of the earliest comments was someone who said, I'm training to get my PPL right now. I watched your video and I asked my flight instructor about an ADF instrument, and my certified flight instructor didn't know what an ADF instrument was, or didn't know how to use it or what it indicated. I was just like, what? Dare me to go to an outside view. I go to an outside view when I've landed and turn the engines off. Right, that's 10,000 feet, so we're going to go seatbelt signs on. We're going to go fixed landing lights, come on. What else do we need to do? Barrow ref set, not yet. Adjust the nav display range. We'll bring the range down on the nav display here a little bit more. And then, yeah, we don't need to do anything now until we reach our deceleration point. Costas, when do I do the next live stream? I'm not sure. I might try and take a break from doing live streams. I might be doing a live stream tomorrow night on Twitch. Maybe. I'm not sure if I want to do it yet or not. But if I live stream on Twitch, it's never going to be Flight Sim. It's always a different game. But yeah, I'm not sure where my next Flight Sim live stream is going to be. Does PMDG need stock? No, PMDG is an add-on aircraft. But they make the best aircraft. ZK, if you become a patron, will I ditch in Loch Ness? Possibly. I do offer like a Q&A thing. So if you ask in the Q&A, if you ask to see me ditch in Loch Ness, then I'll ditch in Loch Ness. Ignition to continue. Maybe I should. See, this is the thing. Like the whole like approach and landing thing, I haven't got down yet, which is really not the best to be saying minutes from approach and landing. But I didn't have any trouble with the igniters going to continue before. Should be going to a place called Instructor doesn't know how to use an ADF. That's what I was thinking. I was kind of concerned when I heard that. I mean, to be fair, if you're getting a PPL, you don't really need to know instrument navigation. Like an ADF is IFR navigation, which is like a kind of like an add-on chunk that you can add on to your PPL once you've got it. So you technically don't need to know all about VORs and ADFs and ILSs for getting a PPL in the first place. But if the instructor isn't aware of, if the instructor doesn't have an instrument rating, that's still kind of concerning. Have you ever played No Limits Coaster 2? I know of the No Limits games, but I haven't played it at all. But I do play Planet Coaster, which is like the modern roller coaster tycoon type of game. Mark, remember time is free. Family life comes first. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Is that lake? Is that Loch Ness? No, Loch Ness is that lake down there. That's Loch Ness. That's the Bewley Firth up there. This is the Murray Firth, and that's the North Sea. You've got the Cromarty Firth is just up behind a couple of hills here as well. Like the word Firth is basically like a stretch of water in Scottish language. But yeah, that's Loch Ness back there. IFR is very foggy. Not necessarily. IFR is just basically flying based on your instruments. So this technically is IFR flying right now. Yeah. So we are now on the approach for runway 23 at Inverness. So as you can see, judging by the map here, we're going to have a big kind of U-turn essentially, and it's going to be good. It's going to be groovy. Drag record. I don't really want to be throwing out drag at this rate here. Did you spot Nessie? I don't know. Did you? Did you see Nessie down there? Thanks, Steve, for it gives me reason to VFR from Inverness. Yeah, I mean the Highlands are perfect for VFR flying. So yeah. Yes, we still have to learn to fly in IFR conditions, which is part of the PPL. Yeah, but probably not to the extent where you are IMC trained. Sorry, Noct, I didn't even see the joke, so I know Air Force proud, but I didn't see what the joke was. And it is useful to know cross country. Yeah, I do agree. I mean, I do agree that pilots should know some degree of instrument navigation for getting like your basic PPL. Because yeah, it's potentially fatal if you fly into low visibility situations and you don't know how to get out of them safely. It's also really useful to do cross country. Yeah, agreed. No, absolutely. Like anytime I do, like I always like I do occasional VFR live streams, but I'm always kind of just double checking everything with instruments and double checking my position with instruments, and not GPS, like not like a GPS screen. I'm always using VORs and to cross check my position. So now we're starting to slow down as we come through this turn. So as we do, I'm going to extend the flaps just to encourage the auto throttle to keep slowing the plane down. Should really be getting the HUD out for this. Yeah, why not? We'll give OBS something else to crap its pants about. Oh no, he's put the HUD on screen. So we get flaps out to position 2. Just keep the auto throttle coming down nicely. So now that we're on an intercept heading, we'll go approach, please. Approach. Why are you not approaching? I don't know why that's not approaching. Am I too high, too low? I don't know why the approach hold isn't kicking in. Uh-oh. It's not necessary, but it's very useful. Yeah, I agree, absolutely.
2500.
Can you hold the approach, please? Don't know what you're doing here. There we go. God, it took you long enough to figure that out. Right, so we're go landing lights down, we'll go SSC light on. Okay, so we've got the glide slope almost, not yet. Okay, so landing gear goes out, don't forget it this time. Spoilers get armed. Flaps can come down a little bit more. Speed can come down as well. Alright guys, I'm going to have to ignore you for a moment while I try and put this aircraft down safely. Don't know why the autopilots keep freaking out there. Okay, so we go down to 142 is our VRF speed. 42, come on, there you go. That 1000 will go
1000.
autopilot off. Okay, I'm flying, wish me luck. I'm gonna need it, let's be honest. Slightly off track there as well. Fantastic, thank you plane. Okay, so we've got 3 green lights, speed brake is armed, auto brake is set, landing lights are on. I've probably missed a lot, but the landing gear is down. That's already an improvement over the last live stream in this aircraft.
Approaching minimums.
Let's go for it. Let's do it.
Minimums. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
There we're down. I don't know what was going on there. But we're braking hard. That seemed to be really delayed in slowing us down there. Head's gone through the HUD, but we are stopped. Like, get out of the way, HUD. Wow, I don't know what happened there. It took a long time for the speed brakes and the flaps and stuff to go up. But we're down. We're down. Somehow. Right, speed brakes can go away. That was dramatic. That was dramatic, but we're down. That was a tough deceleration as well, actually, come to think about it. I don't know, like, if I was like, I don't know why it took so long for the flaps and the auto brakes to kick in there. Auto throttle to brake. The auto throttle was set to position 3. Or the auto throttle. Yeah, I cut the throttle when I landed. I cut the throttle about 50 feet before we even reached the threshold. Because I know it's a short runway at Inverness, so you want to start slowing down as early as possible. Right, let's try and get the APU going. Too bad there's a lot of start right touchdown. Probably, I do apologise. I don't know what's going on with OBS tonight. I'm afraid. Yeah. Yeah, I did definitely bring the throttle back to idle. I don't know if it just didn't follow or what happened there, but we're down. Need to get the speed brakes to arm before I land. They were. I set them to 3, like during the just before the top of descent. To disengage the auto throttle. Ah, really? See, but the procedure guides never said anything about the auto throttle. That's why I didn't think about it. I'll just roll forward a tad more. Not just a tad more, plane. Calm down. Don't go crashing into the thing. Anyway, I don't know how to shut this down properly, so I'm just going to do that. APU is running. All of these lights can come off now, come to think about it. Oops, that can go down to there. Seatbelt signs can go off. Let's see. I believe the PTOs go off, I believe those go off, I believe all of this stuff can go off as well. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's all I'm going to do here. Because I don't know like the proper shutdown and clean up and stuff. But there it is. It's down. Come on, camera. Ooh, that's kind of close. That's kind of close to the... There we go. We're down in one piece. Ta-da! Is this Steam Edition? Yes, it's a Steam Edition. Paul Martin is going to call it a night. Thank you very much for coming along, Paul. Mark Lowe, thank you very much for coming along. You're all running for your lives now before I have a chance to reflect on that landing. FSX ZX Games, good flight, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Nice landing. If you put the throttle backwards when the auto throttle is on, it won't work. Ah, okay, I didn't know that. Again, I don't remember seeing anything in the manual about moving the auto throttles, but as I said, as it says in the title, I'm learning this aircraft. I'm still learning it. Hacker, yes, this is Steam Edition. Speedbrake wasn't out before I landed. They were stowed. Need to have them armed but not extended. They should have been armed. What I understand them to be, the position I thought was armed. It was in that position. Yeah, because it had the green light. Had the green light in front of the captain seat. The gates, there isn't a gate at Inverness Airport. It's just like a kind of standing apron. Joruku, I think that's how you pronounce the name. Thanks for the live stream. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for watching. No gates, no. It's just a terminal building, and you actually have to walk to and from the planes at Inverness. It's terrible. Costas, good night, Doof. Kalimera. I think it was good evening, but thank you for watching, Costas. May you and your team have a flight with me sometime? Possibly. A lot of people are asking for like a multiplayer thing with me. I need to think about how it's going to work, think about how it's going to do it, and then we'll do some sort of multiplayer thing. EP, another beautiful flight and landing by Luther. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. The landing was dramatic, but it felt like a good one. That's something I like about the PMDG and the Boeing aircraft, is that they feel easier to land. Like, I don't know what it is, but the Airbus feels like when you cut the power, it just kind of sinks, it just drops. So you need to be quite firm with the flare to bring the main wheels down. But with these aircraft, like, it feels like you can just smooth out that flare action a lot better than an Airbus. So yeah. Rio 77 has a disengage auto throttle. Just bind that to a throttle as well. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Like, I need to bind an autopilot disconnect to my joystick, but alright, I didn't realise the auto throttle. Again, like, this is like a quirk of or a difference between Boeing and Airbus that I don't know about. They were extended accidentally again. Were they? I could have sworn because full forward and down is still like the speed brakes are down and disarmed. If you just bring the speed brakes back, is that armed? Because it said it had. I'm sure the speed brake armed green light was on, but yeah. I mean, it might have been like, oh, I can obviously watch this back and see. Like I said, like, this is yeah, this is just the learning flight. This is me just getting the hang of it. And as I said, I'm not 100% certain. Well, I'm not as confident with the whole like approach and landing steps as I am with the whole like startup and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's why I did this live stream, is because it's just to gain more time and experience with the aircraft, and a few top tips from people in the chat. So thank you very much, Jacob, for that, and a couple of people have given some other tips as well. Haku, don't forget to add you. I won't, don't worry. Jacob, look forward to the next one. Yeah, I don't know when the next one's going to be, but I'll make an announcement on Twitter, and I'll kind of schedule an event on here again. Top Thrill, watch this for 2 hours past your bedtime. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad. I hope my live stream was worth watching. So thank you very much for coming along. Illusionist, good night to you. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for watching. Does this PMDG plane have a cockpit door monitor like the A350? I don't think it does, actually. I don't think it does. Surprise, how many hours do I have? At least 400 in FSX Steam Edition, probably thousands before getting that. Have you ever done virtual air shows in FSX? Have you ever seen one? No, I haven't actually. Hacker, do you have my username? If it's just Hacker, then yeah, I'll be able to add you on Steam. Little switch on the on-spot panel is the alarm switch. You flick it down for landing, it disengages completely, otherwise the plane trying to speed up. Speed set. Ah, okay. Alright, because I mean, yeah, because I know in the Airbus you can leave the auto throttle on the entire time, and then just moving your physical throttles back to idle kind of yeah, reduces the, or brings the throttles back on the plane to idle. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's differences between the Airbus and the Boeing that I still need to learn. The thing with the PMDG aircraft is it's so overwhelming. Like there's, like that cold and dark to getting the engines running. It's just so many things to run through, and steps and switches to check and flicking all sorts. So it's just a bit kind of like stuff to do. So I'll get there eventually. But thank you, Jacob. It's really good little pointers. Actually, I'll make a note of that. Auto throttle. Landing. Auto throttle landing. That makes sense. I'll figure that out tomorrow. Later on in the week, maybe. ZK is heading off as well. Thank you very much for coming along, ZK, and for watching. You've been here pretty much the entire stream, so thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Good deal of hours. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was flight simming like long before I started YouTube seriously, and I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years, so, 2.5 years now actually. So yeah. Top Thrill. Looking forward to seeing your Steam. Yeah, definitely. It should be good fun. Let's have a look here. Is my name the same on YouTube, on Steam? Yes, it is. Yeah. Hacker. Alright, Hacker. No worries. I'll make a note of that. Cool. Interesting nationals and FSX. Sure to accept. Okay, I'll do that. ZX. No worries. Have to fully disengage animals. Okay. Yeah, Xander, I'll do that as well. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, yeah, the Boeings. I mean, I guess that's good in a way because they kind of like trust the pilots to do the work, unlike Airbus, which trusts computers to do the work. Yeah, it's just It's just like just starting to learn it this week. It's a whole other beast compared to an Airbus. Going back and like thinking about what it's going to be like to fly the Airbus after I've been flying this a few times, and once I understand how to fly this, it's going to be probably really boring to fly an Airbus. Still going, not for much longer now. Just having a few last comments with people, and then yeah, I'll be heading off. So yeah, I mean, if anyone's got any last kind of questions or any last hints and tips, please ask away. If not, then we will call it a night there. And hopefully don't have too many questions because I'm pressing for pee. So yeah. Good landing. Slowing down was hard. Yeah. I had to like throw out the anchors on landing, but it felt like a smooth flare, and it felt like a good kind of transition into a flare, and it felt like a good touchdown. Top Thrill. Alright, Top Thrill, I will I was going to say I'll keep an eye out for that. I don't think I can miss seeing that pop up on Steam. Bobby, do I think it's worth it for the cost of 737? Yes, I do. Yeah. Like I said, I'm barely scratching this. I've barely scratched the surface with what I know about this aircraft and what I know about how to fly it. Like I say, like you get 7 or 8 PDF documents with this aircraft, and each of those are at least 800 pages in length. It goes into as much detail as you can put into a simulated aircraft. It's in this aircraft. As much detail as you could release, on a public simulation of this aircraft. All of that detail is in a PMDG aircraft. The only things which are better than this are professional full motion simulators and the actual plane. Really. May you talk to me quickly off Steam? Yeah, very quickly, because I'm going to be going to bed soon. So yeah. Once you learn the AT2, you never forget. That's true. There's not much to forget really. It's all done by computers for you. Flight Sim World is about to release. Wondering if it's worth buying anything for FSX right now. Well, the thing is, I don't think there's going to be any jets in the Flight Sim World for a while. I think Dovetail Games said that they're releasing 7 GA aircraft, and that's early access. And there was no indication of how long Flight Sim World is going to be in early access. So yeah. Flight Sim World is the new is touted as being the new FSX being developed by Dovetail Games. But there's some skepticism around it at the moment, because they're releasing it as early access, and yeah, people are a bit hesitant about it at the moment. It's like the general kind of feeling that I've got reading like forums and stuff. And yeah, as I said, they're going to release the game into early access with 7 propeller aircraft, and I don't think there's any commercial jets at all. And as I said, the game is being released this month as early access, and like there's no kind of indication as to when the game is going to be like fully released and fully kind of fledged and ready to go. So yeah. Cool. So yeah, if there's no more questions. Didn't know there's been no jets. No, the information I gleaned from their announcement trailer was there's going to be a Piper Cub, a Piper Mirage, Piper Seneca, and a Diamond DA20 or DA40. But they're all three of them are single engine propeller aircraft. The Piper Seneca is a twin engine propeller aircraft. But they announced that there would be 7 aircraft that will come out in the early access version, but none of them would be a commercial jet style aircraft. I hope they're well models. I guess time will tell. We'll see when it's released. Cool. Just give you guys a couple more seconds, see if anything comes through. If not, don't think so. Okay. I'm going to call it there. Yeah, I'm going to call it there. So, before you all run off, before the last few viewers disappear, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to my Patreon supporters who are supporting me there and supporting what I do. So thank you to you guys. Thank you, of course, to everyone who's been watching tonight. I know a couple of people have been watching the whole live stream, so thank you very much for watching tonight. And yeah, and hopefully we will see you again on a future live stream. So, until the next time, thank you all very much for watching. Take care out there, and I will catch you all later.